We've all had those mornings. You read a devotion, the prose is elegant, the insight is sharp, and something inside you just clicks. You feel a warm glow, a sense of being understood. In most spiritual traditions, we use the well-written words of others as a stand-in for God. If the message resonates, we assume God is present. If the message is dry, we assume he's absent. We've made the quality of the writing the measure of the relationship. But in the meeting place, the words of a devotion are just a doorbell. A doorbell is useful. It tells you that someone is at the threshold. But you don't spend the evening talking to the doorbell. You use it to know that it's time to open the door and look for a guest. In this series, we practice attendance, and we're using the metaphor of an empty chair. We read the word or reflection not to find a feeling, but to ring the doorbell, to sit down, and to wait for the guest. And here is the truth that many are afraid to say. Sometimes you ring the bell, you sit in the chair, and no one walks through the door to meet with you. In some traditions and practices, the empty chair feels like a failure. It means that your divine spark isn't bright enough, or that your faith isn't clear enough. In other traditions, it means that you haven't climbed high enough. But in a relationship, an empty chair is just a legitimate state of experience. It is relational absence. We have to stop using beautiful messages to mask the silence of God. If the chair is empty, let it be empty. Don't fill it with your own internal monologue or someone else's clever metaphors or messages. The goal is to move from a general ambient sense that God is everywhere to a specific relational desire for him to presence himself. This is why we ask and we wait. Frustration with the empty chair isn't a lack of faith. It's a sign that you actually want the person, not just a spiritual high. During this series, your practice doesn't rest on how well I write these devotions or how much they speak to you. It rests on your attendance at the meeting place. If you show up, ring the bell, and sit in the silence of an empty chair, you have succeeded. You have honored the agency of God as the divine other. You are treating him like a person who is free to come and go, rather than a spiritual utility you turn on and off with a well-crafted paragraph. Keep showing up. Keep pulling out that chair. The guest knows the way to the house. As adults, most of us drive ourselves. We handle the commute, ferry the kids, and navigate the traffic without a second thought. But none of us started here. We all had a season of learning, where someone sat in the passenger seat, helping us find the friction points of the clutch and checking our blind spots. And that's exactly what this journey is. For those of you learning to navigate the meeting place for the first time, the team and myself are here to support you. Our goal is not to create a culture of dependence on us. We don't want you to need our doorbell, meaning the devotional message, forever. Our goal is to enable you to stand on your own 2 feet as a mature adult in the faith, someone who can pull up a chair and host the divine other with confidence, whether the room feels full of presence or thick with relational absence. I'm going to put a checklist up on the screen. I suggest pausing this video here and just taking a look at the table. It asks some questions, and it contrasts the difference between the way in which we have been schooled into using devotional messages and this practice of waiting on God, waiting in a meeting place. If you find yourself frustrated by the empty chair, or if you can't tell the difference between your own internal monologue and the presencing of God, reach out to us, check in with us. We're here to help you discern the language of the other until you're ready to drive the relationship on your own.